optimization. Here we go, though. We're starting the match. Okay.
Same
Uncivil
again.
Engineering, take 2.
Once again, Cubists are out a little bit ahead, although a bit of a better start for Cobalt Crafters.
One of Cobalt Crafters just fell off the edge.
Just on his own.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was pushed by anyone, but I don't know what the full story is.
Looking down the lane, the left lane is the Cobalt Crafters, the right lane is the Cubists.
Not seeing any PvP at the moment at all.
I guess everyone's just focusing on gathering resources. There is a lot of cover here, so I'm not super surprised.
There's the first arrow.
Check
There's
the
the-
stream,
there's
you
the boat
can't see
drop.
anything.
The
Seth,
stream
your
can't see anything.
picture is...
Okay, it might be because of fraps. I'm just going to stop the recording.
Alright. I just wanted to let you know, because everybody in the everyone in the chat was freaking out.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Can anyone see anything now?
It still has just the pictures of the teams up.
Oh
on the
my gosh, you're right. Okay, I totally didn't notice that. Alright, thank you.
Yep. I'll see you later.
There it is.
Okay.
Thanks for fixing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a ladder
Inventory.
drop. Ladder drop
Use the
taking
ladder.
place.
Both teams
Unsuccessful.
looks like.
Unsuccessful ladder drop by the Cobalt Crafters. They don't yet have anyone down. Looks
Raider
like
is making his way all the way over to the... He's using the mutually assured generosity, which is smart because nobody's there to collect the resources for the other team.
yeah, we've seen
Cobalt
them do
Crafters
that over and
have
over
one
again.
person down.
They now have who's that?
Fatter chick, I
Fatter
think.
chick. Yeah, we've seen them press the button on the mag station pretty much every time, actually. The Cubists, if I remember correctly. This is kind of an interesting game mechanic for anyone who's unfamiliar with it. Basically, the team that presses the button first gets a chest of resources, but the team that didn't press the button gets a chest with better resources in. So it's mutually assured generosity. It's kind of a waiting game.
Alright, well, Raider is wasting no time in making forward progress on... perhaps moving on even towards the third.
Last username is in kind of sniping position at the top of the pyramid, trying to put pressure on the Cobalt Crafters down at the bottom, quite successfully at the moment.
Raider's facing a bunch of creeper action at the top of the mountain. All four Cubists are down by the mutually assured generosity right before the mountain. So I guess they're not worrying about PvP pressure earlier on the map.
3 of the Cobalt Crafters are now at the top of the pyramid and on their way down the other side. Neither team seems to have dug under the pyramid, which we do sometimes see.
Very nice PvP action from the...
Yeah. This is a great map for PvP.
Alright, well, we are seeing the Cobalt Crafters take their stock from... Cobalt Crafters has taken all of their supplies from the mutually assured generosity.
Raider has managed to make it all the way through the kind of the large... what's it called, this area? Dark... Mountain of Darkness, I'm going to call it. Without too much difficulty, and lit it up pretty effectively. So that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah. Being able to get through that mountain without having to face mobs is going to be really good for this team in the future.
I imagine he's going to go straight into gridlock now.
He is. Doing this without any PvP pressure is pretty beneficial.
And he certainly is going to be without any PvP pressure for quite some time.
No one has started on Curtain Call. Second dungeon. Look like anyone started on the first wall either. They may be crafting or collecting blocks.
Yeah. My game froze for a long time there.
Yeah. Looks like Cubists are setting up a little bit of a base inside the mountain, just at the beginning of it.
They may be preparing some TNT action. It's possible.
We are running last username's Vanish plugin, correct?
That is correct. So we don't need to worry about blocking arrows and pushing players or activating spawners. Last username is situated at the top of the little hillside over there and really locking them down here at the moment.
He's an excellent shot and he's taking full advantage of his high position.
Yeah, time after time we've
Crafters.
seen that location used for PvP to great effect.
Cobalt crafters are having some problems here, I think.
Looks like what the Cubists did was dig directly to the bedrock and laddered all the way up to make a safer tunnel.
Whereabouts?
At the beginning of the mountain, they're avoiding all of the climbing open to PvP and just laddered straight up the side.
They did that in the last game as well, actually. Does someone have a flame bow? Because I saw someone on fire there at one point.
I don't think there's any flame bows.
There are flame bows on the map, but they haven't been collected yet.
Oh, are there?
There's one just...
I know there's some power bows.
Yeah, there's one just above where you are now, actually, in this kind of little hole where there's some glowstone.
I see. Well, I bet right about now the Cubists are collecting their...
I'm not seeing any action at
No,
Gridlock.
never mind. Gridlock has not been attempted at all.
Who was it who was here? I'm looking for...
I think it was Raider. Yeah, Raider...
Okay, so I think
Raider
he's...
shot someone. He may have come back to provide some PvP
Oh,
pressure.
he's been for the awesome bows, I think. Yeah, he came up here and collected. There's Power 2, Flame, Infinity,
I see.
Punch 2 bows, and then I think he's taken those back for the lockdown.
Interesting.
Looks like someone went down at the beginning of the mountain on Cobalt Crafter's side.
Actually, a couple people, and he was carrying all of their mutually assured generosity supplies. It looks like. I see lots of diamond and iron. It looks like he was crafting some armor. You need to get this stuff.
And they'll be
Meanwhile, the
respawning
Cubists
still right back at the
had
beginning.
no problem with their crafting their armor and stuff.
Fatter Chick is making his way up to the chest in the mountain.
Cobalt Crafters have got someone starting to run the first wall now in the pyramid. It's Grass Giant.
That's good. They're probably not going to face much pressure while they're trying to do that, and...
There goes Fatter Chick.
Yeah, I think Cobalt Crafters should have a fairly clear run on first wall. He's set a spawn in a bed there now, or at least he has placed a bed. It's not night yet, so he can't set a spawn. But if he can deal with the mobs, he should be fine. Slow and steady.
3-2, it looks like, is building a... My eyes don't deceive me. He's building a TNT cannon, would be my assessment.
I really hope so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Which is exciting. We haven't seen any TNT cannons, really, today. Actually, we saw one or two, but haven't seen any being built. Oh, no, we did see one being built. Never mind.
This is a good spot for it if he can reload it repeatedly. And there is plenty of TNT on the map.
They should have water. They should have the iron for the water that they got from the mutually assured generosity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Opkid realizes what is about to befall him. He's trying to punch through some blocks? That's interesting. Doesn't have pickaxe. I'm really confused what Opkid's doing over here. Well, he's about to get punched by some zombies.
Grass Giant just died in the first wool. I don't think he had got about halfway through, but he'll be back at spawn
TNT
now.
cannon is going off for 3-2. Right now. He actually used a button? Didn't do much damage with that. Oh, no, he did. He knocked down the lava. That's actually gonna... Oh, that's gonna go everywhere. That's very smart.
Oh.
Opkid doesn't even see it coming. Yeah, that's gonna go everywhere. It looks like it should leak down to the second level too. Very annoying.
Yeah, but is it going
to
flow? It's only going to flow in the lane. Oh no, okay, it's coming down the back as well.
It'll go through the floor.
It's going to go everywhere. I mean, the side effect is it provides a lot of light, but...
It's a perfect shot, though. I think that having the lava there is going to be way more annoying than the light.
It just depends exactly how it flows, I think.
Makes a mess of the gravel entrance.
Yeah, the entrance to second is what they're really going for here.
We are seeing nighttime falling, and the Cobalt crafters really haven't done too much lighting up of their later portion of the map, it looks like.
I don't think they've even been this far.
That could harm them too. In my experience, usually the team with the better lighting is the one that wins, so...
This is
not because the lighting's so important, just because...
This is going to be a nightmare to deal with, this entrance to second wall now. It's just flooded with lava. And, well, I guess they could make a fire potion, of course. They have the resources for that.
It's true. Actually, they even have a fire potion from the mutually assured generosity.
Yeah, because they didn't press it, so...
But they're just trying to fight their way up this mountainside. I really like that the Cubists have taken the time to hollow out an area, build a ladder. I think that not enough teams value the ease of movement through a map, and going over rough terrain constantly, trying to dig your way up and whatever, can really slow you down in a way that can be very harmful. So, I like the Cubist strategy here.
Absolutely. The Cobalt crafters do very nearly have first wool now. However, they are. Grass Giant is almost in the last room there. Should have yellow wool fairly soon.
Is this still from the initial run that he was making, or
he died? He died once and respawned, presumably at the beginning.
Batter Chick is saying no. He may have lost voice chat and is responding to a teammate. Sure.
Or he may just be upset about something.
Or maybe that. Ah, it looks like Batter Chick is actually making his way across over to Gridlock. He is uncontested. I'm not sure anyone knows he's over here. So he may be able to get the third wool for Cobalt crafters. I just heard some arrow fire, though. Not sure where it's come from.
Last username is making his way down to the second, it looks like, or something of the sort.
Grass Giant is now entering the wool room at the first wool for Cobalt crafters.
Well, I've been informed that Raider's going for the second wool. Yeah, he is making progress on Curtain Call. Actually, both Raider and who is this?
Last username.
No, Aaron actually.
Oh, is it?
Aaron and Raider are making a run on the second wool. Oh no, last username is down here as well. You're right. All three of them are trying to make progress, and they are making very good progress. Last username is very well protected from arrow fire. I think he will very, very likely succeed in getting this second wool. Great strategy from. They've definitely practiced. Obviously, they've definitely practiced this curtain call strategy. Very efficient at it.
Cobalt crafters have a kind of. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. It looks like I think this is Raider. Is just his entire part in Curtain Call is just to sit in this corner and make sure no one gets last username.
Yeah, I don't think he's at risk for that, though.
Looks like Jabayan is desperately trying to sleep in a bed just here above second, and not succeeding, probably because there are monsters nearby, and at the same time he is coming under heavy PvP fire.
Opkid is making his way down into the third wall. Again, he's uncontested. There are a couple mobs in here, just a spider and a zombie. I don't expect it to provide any sort of obstacle for him, though.
Last username has the orange wool, and he is collecting more of it. It looks like he's got a switch that he's flicking back and forth.
They actually brought a switch in order to be able to collect more wool. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can flick a switch a lot faster than you can press a button, so
right, exactly.
You get it out faster.
Opkid is shooting us. Oh, I see. There is some PvP being exchanged over in front of the third wall between Raider and Opkid. Raider's running away, though, even though he has the armor advantage. Doesn't have the height advantage.
3-2 and Jabayan exchanging. Well, it's not really exchanged. 3-2 is shooting at Jabayan here, but he has now just come up to the chest with the good bows in it, so it looks like he's going to try and return fire. But just basically keeping him occupied so he can't make any progress anywhere else. And there he goes. .3-2 is getting a lot of kills right now.
Yeah, Fatter Chick was actually taking a bunch of damage from a zombie before he got shot, so it was kind of a kill steal from that zombie.
Commenting that overpowered bows are overpowered.
Yeah. I guess that's probably a good reason for why they have somebody on defense, or somebody constantly shooting a bow, because once you have a good power 3 bow or whatever, it only takes a couple shots to kill someone.
Last username is making his way out. It looks like he picked up the chest and the wool.
Now, I've seen one match on this map, and what I did see was one team was getting shut down completely, just trying to climb the ladder to get to the third wall. And I don't believe that Cubists will let that happen, but possible we could see that again.
Last username is on his way out of second, and someone just said that he got the diamond blocks. Is there a chest somewhere down here with diamond blocks in it?
Yes, down at the very bottom of Curtain Call, right?
Oh yeah, right down there. So he's been down to collect that.
What? Okay, it looks like they thought they had a bed somewhere, but they didn't. Blaming us.
I almost feel like stealing their bed now.
Please don't. Keep it professional.
Yeah, this gridlock area could end up being crucial. I mean, still, it looks like it could be a potential lockdown for the Cubists.
I don't think so. I think the Cubists know how to build cover in order to work their way up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, it looks like Opkid has decided to start making progress, I guess because the Cubists have backed off of Gridlock. So Opkid is making his way now down. He's lit the first beacon, he's working his way down to the second. Lit the second beacon.
Still no progress on the first wall on the Cubist side.
I wonder if they feel that it's so easy. I guess maybe later on, once they have the better gear, maybe that's when they'll decide to actually take it on. That would make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm actually not seeing a lot of the Cubists. I'm not sure where they are.
Fatchik's just respawned. I don't know exactly where he fell and placed
he
the
probably
block.
placed a block as he was falling.
Yeah, but I don't know where. Cubists all... I can see 2 names. The last username and TrazLander are back at the mag station area right now.
Just have so many mobs in their pyramid that
Looks
they've
like
had a lot of time to build up.
Sorry. Looks like OpKid has the 3rd wall.
Opkids for the Cobalt crafters. So the Cobalt crafters now have the 1st and 3rd wool if... That's the case. They have the 1st and 3rd wool,
Yeah.
but they are very far behind in the 2nd wool, I think. Well, Cubists only have a 2nd wool. Well, I feel like they have a large armor and weapon advantage.
Another thing is they also have the lava still over the 2nd wall for the Cobalt crafters, so that will give them enough time.
I'm just looking at it, and it doesn't really prevent them from tunneling down through the gravel. If they choose the middle block just under where the sign is, I think they should still be able to get down okay.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's a major hindrance.
So the Cubists don't have anyone forward at the far end of the map at all right now.
Yeah, it's true.
The last username and 3-2 are up here by the cannon.
Aaron is camping down by Curtain
Oh
Hall.
my! Opkid was just knocked out of the lane by a spider. He was carrying all the red wool. He did place a red wool before he left, but somebody's going to have to come all the way back here, and it's going to take a lot of time. That's not great for Cobalt crafters. That's going to take someone out of the action for a couple of minutes. Well, Fatter Chick and 3-2 are sort of standing off, I guess. Or maybe they're not. Yeah, now they are. Fatter Chick and 3-2 are exchanging some arrow fire. Oh, maybe that's Raider.
And they are still respawning at the beginning, at least Jebayan is. He has to come right back from the start.
Sometimes it can be really easy to forget set your spawn at night time. So busy with other stuff. Neither team has anyone at the far end of the map, past the mountain.
I would still say that Cubists are at the advantage right now. In fact, I'm not sure why they aren't running forward and just running gridlock now while they have a chance.
I'm not really sure where they are, actually. It looks like they're just engaging in PvP because they have the armor advantage and they're trying to lock down. It seems like they should be able to spare one person.
Another cannon being built here by 3-2 at the beginning of the mountain.
Two members of the Cobalt crafters running back from spawn.
That was very good. That cannon was clearly designed to take out the mutually assured generosity station, and it has destroyed anything that was there. I don't know what was left there, but absolutely
mutually
perfect.
assured generosity?
The cross lane thing with the minecart.
Yeah, they've already collected all the resources from that.
Yeah, I wonder if they left any items in a chest there, though.
No, I checked, they didn't.
Doesn't look that way. But it's still just
very
clever.
Yeah. The diagonal one?
Done at the right moment in the game.
There's nothing in particular there. They may just be knocked down the... I'm not sure. I checked and they didn't leave anything in there.
Did they have a bed here?
I guess somebody was whispering to me that they may have tried to... Or, it's typical to set up a base there
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was nothing there for the Cobalt crafters. This may just be a waste of time.
Very clever waste of time.
Yeah, very clever waste of time. Still a waste of time, though.
If you could time it correctly so that you did that just at the same time as your team pressed the button, and you could destroy the other team's resources.
That's true. But I don't know. It might be hard to get set up there in time.
Yeah,
for
maybe.
Usually that button gets pressed pretty early.
Yeah.
Fatter Chick is making his way out with the red wool.
From the second.
From the last wool.
Oh, I thought.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
red's right.
Yeah, because he had to run it again, didn't he? Or I
Yeah.
thought there was some placed.
There was some place, yeah. It was placed in the dungeon.
Oh, okay, so he's
Actually,
had
it's
to
still
go.
placed there, I think. Or he.
Fatter
It looks
Chick
like he
is
got
out.
more.
He's definitely carrying red wool anyway.
Well, he has to place it, or being out doesn't really help you. Good time to place some red wool. Yeah, Better has placed some red wool, so that's pretty safe. So it's just orange wool for the Cobalt crafters, but they have yet to make any serious progress on. Facing some very serious PvP cover from the Cubists. Very curious as to why no progress has been made on.
Yeah. No progress on first or third for the Cubists at the moment.
Not sure. And they have 2 players sitting in the mountain. Actually, 3 players sitting in the mountain providing PvP cover. Maybe they just feel like it's such an important choke point. They really need to protect it.
Last username
And one
is at the start of Gridlock now, building a wall and putting a ladder up to get up to the top.
I see.
Taking no chances. Even though there doesn't appear to be anyone here to shoot at him at the moment.
So it looks like the Cubist strategy right now is to just provide a huge choke point at the second wall, the mountain, and hopefully they can have one other player just run the wool, which might work. Providing a choke point at a single wool has actually worked in the past.
It's just risky. If your choke point fails, then you have nothing really.
It's true, yeah. Although, again, the choke points have lasted for, half an hour. It lasts quite a long time if you do it right, and they have a lot of armor and very good weapons. So, let's see. Last username just getting ready to begin his descent into.
I don't think anyone from the Cobalt Crafters is aware that he is beginning to do that.
He's using water as sort of an elevator in order to be able to make his way up and down quickly without having to place lots of blocks.
Cobalt Crafters have a
Work out
couple
for him
of
pretty well.
players right at the start of the obsidian kind of bridge. Oh, Opkid is now coming over.
Okay, that's true. And last year's name's only wearing leather armor. He may have a lot of trouble with this. He's building up some fortifications, but I don't know if Opkid is able to lock down last username and he's not able to. Oh, he just has a ton of blocks, doesn't he? He's actually just building a huge fortification in order to be able to advance without taking any fire whatsoever from Opkid.
That was a little bit amusing. Fatter Chick went to shoot 3-2 and threw his bow off the edge instead.
Oh, that's a good bow too.
Oh, that's sad. And I've been there. Well, not exactly there, but I've done stuff like that.
Last username is being very careful and tiptoeing around. Opkid probably sees where he is, though. Last username is trying to make more progress. I'm not sure what Opkid is doing. He's just kind of running around on the top of the obsidian. He's not keeping a lookout at all. Maybe he feels his hit points are too low to expose himself, but he's not providing very good cover. interesting chat going on.
They are talking about Last Username's plugin that is supposed to deal with the lighting update issues, especially on this map. You can get huge client freezes if one player is at one end of the map and the other player is at the other end of the map. You can just the whole thing locks up.
Wonder why that is. I guess Last Username probably knows.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Last has placed the last torch for Gridlock. Will be making his way up to collect the wool very soon.
I will go back and see if there's any progress on first. Still arrow
Very
fire.
surprised that... Okay, Fatterchick and Opkid are both here at the third wool. I think they're getting ready to provide cover, but I don't think that they... Oh my, you know what's going on? Opkid and Fatterchick don't realize that Last Username is currently running the wool, I think.
I think that must be the only explanation.
They're pointing their bows towards the other direction, the direction that players would come from if they were going to Power Grid. They just don't realize that Last Username has already done it. Yeah, they're leaving.
Jabayan is gathering coal in the first resource area and smelting iron, so they must be really low on resources.
Interesting. I guess they feel like they can't make any progress on the wool until they have good armor.
They must be getting armor. He's just fallen out of the world. How did that happen? Okay.
Okay, I think that the Cobalt crafters have just spotted the fact that Cubists are making progress on the... A little bit late. Right now, Last Username is actually grabbing the wool. I can hear him flicking the switch.
But no progress on second for the Cobalt crafters, and no progress on first for the Cubists.
Cubists should be able to escape, I think, with... Well, it may actually be hard. Last Username is smartly placing sort of fortifications for him to make his way up the water stream. That's going to work to get all the way up. He's going to be a very easy target when he's riding a water stream upwards.
It looks like Raider and Aaron are just camped out holding shift, well, holding shift quite a bit, and trying to wait for them to run second, but it's not happening.
Well, they've been sitting there for a long time.
3-2 is firing a cannon, it looks like, but having a little bit of problem.
I've been told by Traz that apparently the Cobalt crafters are having serious resource problems. They don't have enough food to even eat. I did see Opkid eating zombie flesh a bit ago, so
yeah,
they may be having some very serious problems.
I saw
Jabayan died with too many of their resources.
Yeah, that must be the case. Jabayan placed the bed and jumped out of the world, I guess, to reclaim hunger, so it's clearly an issue for them.
That's pretty bad when you're resorting to that. Any damage they take is pretty bad. Can't sprint around a lot. So things are looking pretty good for the Cubists, I would say.
I think so. I like how Last Username has such a distinctive skin. It really makes you know who you're looking at more easily.
I'm a little confused. Last Username, it doesn't say anywhere in the chat history that Last Username died. But, oh, it did actually, okay. Alright, it was recent. Oh, he died again. Okay, he's trying to return. Actually, this is interesting. He died while trying to carry the wool up. And I can see the blocks of wool, but after 5 minutes they're going to despawn.
Yeah. I wonder where he is respawning.
He must be back at Curtain Call.
Yeah, he's in the ore mine underneath, actually.
But without some blocks, actually they do have a guardrail on their ladder, so I'm a bit surprised that he's having trouble making it back up. It should be relatively simple to make his way back to the blocks. Getting out is still going to be very difficult, I think.
I think the thing is that Opkid is probably using one of those overpowered bows.
Probably true.
Which I guess means it doesn't take many shots to kill a player in no armor. There he goes again. 2 shots.
Yeah, I'd say that's one of those bows.
Of course, they only have a pretty limited amount of durability on them. I think you can get about 64 shots from each of those bows. So you have to use them wisely.
Well, he only needs to keep last username out for another 3 or 4 minutes for these red wolves to despawn. It's going to be much harder. I guess they can still go and grab the extra wool from the dungeon. So actually, that's not super critical that there are wolves there, but either.
There is still no progress on second for the I forget their name, Cobalt crafters. So even if they can keep the Cubists locked down at third,
okay,
they're going to be in trouble.
Raider, wearing full iron armor, is now making his way across. Another shot from the TNT cannon that we saw earlier didn't do anything because it landed in... No, it did explode, but it didn't really damage anything. Not sure if they're going to keep shooting from that. Yeah, Raider is making his way across in iron armor. I think he hopes to be able to grab that red wool. See though, gonna take some armor in order to be able to deal with the power 3 bow from Opkid. There's some arrow fire being exchanged. Opkid is unarmored though. Streams froze.
But he has a spawn point right there, so if he dies,
that's a good point.
He'll be back and firing within a few seconds.
Good point. Oh, okay, so it looks like Raider's bow is a flame bow. And he has grass giants shooting at him as well. He may have trouble making much progress. But last username is over here as well, so maybe he's just trying to provide cover. Last username doesn't have any weapon though, so he's trying to punch a zombie to death. This is some really interesting PvP we're seeing here.
3-2 fired a cannon that destroyed some of the gravel and made a little bit of... It looks like it's more difficult now to get to the second wall.
Oh yeah, that looks a lot worse.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's gonna be a pain.
The refs are going to have to keep a close eye on that as far as travelling outside the lane as well.
Well, it's lava outside the lane, so...
I mean, if they swim down in the lava, if they use a potion.
Oh, I see. I kind of doubt at this point that the Cobalt crafters have their fire resist potion. I guess they could craft another.
Yeah, they may have lost a lot of their resources.
Their chests. They seem to have a base up here in the top of the mountain. They do still have some of their supplies. Still have plenty of bows and arrows. But
this is turning into one of the longest matches we've seen on this map lately.
Some really good PvP choke points being utilized.
Last username is still running back to try and get that red wool, which I think has now despawned.
It's very likely. Yeah, it has despawned.
Yeah.
So for some reason there's one arrow left here, but everything else is despawned. And what I've been told from Traz is that the Cobalt crafters actually they're smelting that iron, and they actually have some iron armor now on the way. So things may actually start looking up for the Cobalt crafters. Still lacking food is pretty bad, but still will regen, and you can kill yourself if you have a bed set in the food. Now, did Fatter Chick just get shot off, or did he commit suicide? Oh, it looks like
he doesn't sound happy.
He looks like he did not commit suicide. He was carrying some leather armor. I don't see much of importance here, but then again, I don't see a bow, and there must have been a bow. Ah! Minecraft crashed.
Raider is giving them a lot of trouble, it looks like.
The number of deaths in the chat is amazing. The Cubists are now dropping... last username is now dropping gravel to make a safer route into the gridlock area. Making himself a gravel wall.
Yeah, I watched him take it all down at the second wall. I guess this is what he planned on using it for.
Just joined the game 5 times? What? Sorry, I'm back, guys.
Last username's just made it back to the third wool room. He's just placed that gravel there all the way down.
Opkit is trying to make his way down to fire on him, but got killed by a creeper.
Very nice wall. Last username has grabbed a bunch more of the wool. Going to be making his way back up under the safety of complete cover, so I do believe that Cubists will actually be able to retrieve this, especially since Raider is there providing cover and can retrieve the wool if need be. Jay Bayan is now on his way over with a couple sets of iron armor. So maybe a little bit late for protecting the third wool, but if they can use that armor to make some progress on the second wool, the Cobalt crafters, and they may be able to get their way back in this.
The Cubists
all they need
still have to run first as well.
Right.
Although that shouldn't take too long.
Aaron is still,
I don't know.
Aaron is still just sitting down here, making sure no one can enter.
I mean, that's kind of smart. Like, it's easy to, send people off to other things and then forget to go check back every once in a while to see if anyone's doing it, and then by the time you actually look, they've completed it uncontested. And this is really the only thing preventing Cobalt crafters from winning, so just having someone there making sure that they can't just freely win is a smart move.
Last username's still kind of swimming up and down in this water column behind the gravel at third. Just emerging out the top now.
Opkit and Grass Giant exchanging some arrows. They may be running very low. See any arrows in these chests? Running out, and if that's the case, they're kind of wasting arrows right now. Interesting watching Raider trying to build a safe bridge across. Pretty close. But not quite there.
Has he, does he have the red wool in hand, or whatever colour it is?
Yeah. It's red.
He's not placed any.
Check the chest. Still nothing. Still no red wool. Bayan was carrying iron armor. Not sure how he died. Bayan.
That was a very unhelpful death message, actually. He just died.
He may have typed kill. Apparently he killed himself just to refresh his hit points. Helpful having someone in the chat for that team.
Yeah, it looks like he did manage to drop off the iron armor. It's in the chest at the end of the mountain.
Last username is returning down to gridlock yet again, so he clearly hasn't got the red wool.
Very interesting. Very confusing. No way he would have just left without the red wool. Gonna face a creeper real soon, and he has not much to deal with that. Successfully, no. I don't think that Cobalt crafters realize that he's down there though, and or maybe they just don't have. Yeah, actually, there's no one for Cobalt crafters contesting him. Grab that wool and move out.
Looks like Fatter Chick's having a little bit of an issue. I don't know what happened, but he didn't seem too happy.
Cobalt
the
crafters
iron armor is in play.
Yeah, back in the iron armor now. Still no attempt on second.
Oh, Raider was wearing full iron. He just died. Stuff. He has a ton of arrows. Has Imagine an enchanted bow. was one of their main PvP guys, so... Somebody will be by to pick that up.
I guess last username made it out with the red, or he's still swimming up, perhaps. There's some placed down there.
He is swimming up.
Oh, he's in there. Okay.
And I see he has red wool.
Cobalt crafters have removed the lava source blocks now, and gradually that lava is dissipating, but it's going to take a long time.
Yeah. John is gathering sand at the beginning.
I wonder if he's going to use that to help deal with the lava?
Possible. Last username has the red wool, and for some reason he's choosing on the map. They have a tunnel through there.
Has there been any progress on the Cubist first wool?
None whatsoever yet. I'm just there now. And they haven't broken into that dungeon at all.
Okay, well, the red wool is now very secure. It's up to the second wool versus the first wool.
Yeah, and certainly...
Well, I wouldn't say much easier. There's actually a lot of mobs there. Even with good armor, it's going to be challenging to fight through all the creepers and stuff. TNT cannon? Or just some TNT? Sabine is collecting... the word on the street is Opkid as... Oh, wait. The red wool is the final wool. So,
last username has now placed red and orange at the Mutual Assured Generosity Station, and he is back at the pyramid now, so he may be about to run the first wool.
he does not have any armor, though. I think running this without any armor is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, there are a lot of mobs in there now.
Maybe he's planning on using TNT or something? I don't know. But, it's challenging. People are waiting for him to just open up the...
Cobalt crafters have placed red and yellow on the monument. They do have a full ladder there, so they could easily climb up and do that.
Looks like the Cobalt crafters have made no attempt whatsoever to deal with this lava other than shut it off at the top.
They may be planning on using the sand. They still have that iron armor. Progress, though.
Jabane is crafting something here in their little base.
Oh, he may... I know it. The sand was for TNT, probably.
Ah, yeah, that would make sense.
There is a bunch of...
Yeah, there are chests full of gunpowder.
Sulfur. I wonder if... I don't think the TNT is going to be useful to attack the second wool. Possible it's useful for making progress on... or building a TNT cannon. Okay, so... Actually, last username is employing a pretty good strategy for making his way through. He's just blocking off the doorway to the room with a piece of cobblestone so that mobs can't get through, and using their pathing to get them to come to him. It's killing them.
That sounds pretty effective.
Gonna work completely necessarily? Oh no, maybe it will. So last username may be able to do this without any armor at all. He's not facing any PvP pressure. Another nighttime.
I almost wonder if the Cobalt crafters don't realize he's in here.
That could be true.
I think they probably don't. He's only just started, and it's you might not necessarily see the torches yet.
Opkid is attempting to get into second, I believe, placing a lot of blocks around the top of this lava.
Moving on, it looks like he was waiting for his hit points to heal. Good progress on. Small opening strategy. Actually, looks like he may have used a some sort of flint and steel.
More TNT being fired back at the original cannon by 3-2. Didn't appear to work. In fact, it looks like it's blown up his own cannon.
But you said TNT for the Cobalt crafters?
Being fired by the Cubists.
By
in
the Cubists.
The same location where they broke the lava source. But it doesn't appear to have done anything.
Well, it looks to me like last username is going to be very successful with this, so Cobalt crafters don't have much time left if they want to make a run on the second wool, or if they want to try and prevent.
Looks like
Cubist.
Fatter Chick. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying Cubists instead of Cobalt crafters. Go ahead.
Looks like Fatter Chick's making his way down to the second wall. I don't know if he's going to be able to with the cover that Cubists are giving.
Opkid has just spotted last username and he's firing at him, trying to prevent him. But last username is already in the final room of the pyramid, which actually has the most blocks. I think he's going to be able to make it through.
Traz has just pointed out to me that there's a small hole here in the mountain just above the generosity station, and it looks like there is like 30, it's just a one block hole, maybe 30 or something. Let's see how many entities. I'm seeing about 100 entities pointing in that direction. I don't know. All trapped in this hole, creepers and zombies and skeletons by the looks of it. It's quite amusing.
Last username is being locked down actually here at the test room. No, he's finally building a little cover so that he's gonna be able to make. I'm not sure there's a lot at this point that the Cobalt crafters can do.
I don't think so. No. They are not going to get second very quickly. They're still trying to pillar down through this gravel, as far as I can tell. And of course, even when they do get down, they have Raider in iron armor and Aaron in diamond armor waiting for them.
There goes last username into the wall room.
And I'm guessing last username is already carrying some of the other two walls as well. Yeah, I may have slightly overestimated the amount of entities there.
Maybe.
Well,
I think
there's some placed outside the exit of the mountain anyway.
I think he's gonna grab him on the way. They still need to build a ladder up to get back up the cliffside, but quite a little bit of delay for Cobalt crafters if they're able to get some. Okay. Still no real progress on or how they're planning on taking on this portion of the map.
A couple of the Cobalt crafters are here on this side of the pyramid now. I guess they're just waiting to try and pin down last username as he emerges. And he is about to come out, I think. He may want to wait for some of his teammates before he starts a victory run.
Placed plenty of the wool.
Yeah, Raider and Aaron are still just camped out at second. They don't appear to be making any move.
Oh, apparently J Bane got 2 diamond blocks at the end.
Might just see if I can jump along there.
Huh. J Bane's spawn is like right in the middle of a dark area full of mobs.
Ooh, that's not good.
Looks like another Cubist has returned. He has some diamond armor. He may be able to provide some effective cover for last username, but he's just still need to build something to get back up that cliffside.
I want to ask Jabayan how he managed to place the blocks where he did to get these 2 diamond blocks at the end. I'm guessing he must have fallen out of the world and placed a block as he was falling. But that's very clever. It's not going to do them any good though.
Fatter Chick is still doing his best, it looks like, to get to the second wall, but I don't know how effective that's being. He's got a lot of problems with all of the lava.
Sorry, I had just returned from there at the moment when you TP'd to me.
Yeah, it's okay.
So the last username is Gathering Sand. And making a wall. I guess they're just going to protect their ladders and then climb up. What we've seen them generally do as well is put a couple of blocks behind the bedrock here so that they can tunnel down and collect them as a backup plan.
Yeah, I think he fell out of the world. I think you're right.
Fatter Chick has made it through the gravel.
Oh no, he used water apparently.
I think it's the first time we've seen anyone go for those diamond blocks, but I guess they were in a desperate situation resource-wise. Last username gathering a lot of sand. And he is now going to place some of all 3 wools on the other side of the bedrock.
Interesting. That should actually work pretty well. So that's an interesting strategy. That's very clever.
Yeah, we've seen it work in the past, I think. It tends to be that they try and get up by pillaring, and if they fail, then they have that backup plan. There's presumably some stone tools left behind.
I think they will fail if they try and pillar. I'm sure. And yellow walls is to make a tunnel.
Nice shooting by Aaron. Barely clipped Jabayan and killed him behind the wall.
Last username is throwing out all of his extra stuff so that try pillaring up after him, perhaps.
Or he's preparing to jump.
Which I think is smart. It's just going to be a waste of blocks, and
Yeah,
there'll be a tower that's pretty tall.
he broke his bed and then jumped again, so he's now back at the spawn. And Raider has got them locked down at second, if that even mattered at this point.
Well, I mean, it could take them a bit of time to tunnel down. I don't know if there's any...
There wasn't. There were shovels, but no picks when I had a look a moment ago.
So he will have to manually break down the trees.
Yeah.
There's some cobblestone over here, so it's not going to be a big deal. Big quick win here. Well, this is a pretty good conclusion to an excellent day of...
It is. I think Grass Giant is
Last two matches were especially good, I think.
Yeah, they have been excellent. Grass Giant's coming up the ladder now, but he may be too late.
Last username still has cover. Doesn't have the cobblestone yet. He can just dig down to get the cobblestone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's safe now.
Question is whether he has... He can just use the wood one to get all the way down.
Yeah, he's just going to use the wooden one, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no way that Cobalt crafters are going to be able to get the second wall in time. They are completely pinned by Aaron right now.
Aaron and Raider. They have two people pinning them down.
Oh, I didn't see Raider when I was down there. Then yes.
Shooting fruitlessly at... He's collected the wool and he just needs to tower back up. That. Very nice strategy from Cubists. They were a bit slow to get their first and third wools, but had a solid lockdown plan.
It's definitely well played. Normally, when you see a team try to lock down another team and focus all their energy on it, it ends up with them being unable to get their wool themselves.
Yeah, they had a good balance of locking down and also running the wolves. Although it has been a long match.
His username is getting ready to place the blocks.
Grass Giant
He's
trying to put on some
fire.
final pressure.
He has died.
But he will be respawning just behind us, so...
I guess we're going to see some spawn camping pretty soon here. I don't expect that that's going to work. Last username just swimming along the bottom to avoid arrow fire. It's taking some. Oh my!
This could go on a while.
Ban is also hanging around here. I don't think he has any supplies though. I mean, eventually... Oh, you know what? It actually lasts a while.
It depends how many arrows there
Grass
are.
Giant's going to run out of arrows. I guess somebody might be able to bring in more arrows. J-Ban also has a bow and arrow. This is pretty silly though. Now you know what though? These are items, so if they shoot him down for 5 minutes.
Yep, then he'll have to go back and get more.
It looks like 3-2 though is collecting blocks to make his way up on the other end to defend.
If there's no one to yeah.
And still absolutely no forward progress on second wool for the Cobalt crafters. They are just completely locked down here anyway.
Last username may actually make forward progress underwater by just digging under. And gonna be a little bit silly for the next minute or two. They're pretty good shots over on the Cobalt Crafters side, so... But again, there's nobody guarding the cliff side, so it should be pretty easy to just tower back up.
Oh,
Yeah, here comes 3-2.
3 placed.
Exactly what's happening.
That's it placed. That's the game. He just got a moment there when he was able to get in and grab them and place them. Wow.
Man, pretty long. It was action-packed, most of it, though.
Yeah, and we've
It
seen
was
a
an
lot of
excellent game.
new stuff used on this map that's never been done before as well. So that's always fun.
Stretch. A lot of Minecraft today.
Yeah.
The Uncivil engineering title is held. Cubists. Yeah, congrats to the Cubists.
They have been challenged and successfully won now 4 times, I think. Yeah. That's their 4th successful win on this map, so they're looking like a tough team to beat.
I'll pull in, I'll go see... Ooh. It looks like everyone's moving to the lobby.
Should we just
I'm
pull
gonna
in?
go... I guess we can just do that, yeah. Alright. I nominate... last username and... Oh, I guess we didn't get one with them, huh?
Hello.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron, congratulations. Better chick.
Hey.
Hello.
Alright, well that was a long game. Well fought. It was interesting to see contention at all 3 walls. You guys have any thoughts, initial thoughts?
Expected.
Mine worked pretty well. I mean, we were seeing if we could make it a long game and not rush anything.
Yeah, well, I noticed that it looked like for a lot of the match, 3 Cubists were just sitting on the second wall trying to prevent Cobalt crafters. I guess that was your plan going in?
Yeah, just have a presence there and not have. We had a way to get all 3 wolves without way at all. Except last.
Your microphone's cutting in and out, Aaron.
Oh, sorry. We had a plan to get all 3 without exposing ourselves at all. So when OpKid got last with that power bow, we were actually a little surprised. It's because last didn't take his time and figured he could do it being safe. So that slowed us down quite a bit, but yeah, we didn't have anything to lose if we just hold second. So
Yeah, and with the lava that you messed up by shooting that cannon, that really helped.
Yeah, it slowed him down a lot.
Well, I want to hear from the Cobalt crafters. How did you guys feel about the second wall? Obviously, you were getting locked out. Had you come up with a strategy by the end that you thought was going to work, but just didn't have enough time, or were you just kind of lost with it? What was your feelings on the second wall?
By the time we noticed they had 2 people down there, we had the other 2 wool. They had the other all 3 wool, and that we were just waiting. We knew that we were not going to win. I could try, but I also noticed there was a place where it's not safe from PvP no matter what, except because there's lava behind you, and you can't place blocks in front of you. And I think everybody knew at that point it wasn't going to win. We thought for a moment when I snuck in and ninja'd the 3rd wool after OP Kid died that we had a chance, but we never really thought that a lockdown on 2nd wool would have been that bad.
We didn't contest you guys on 3rd at all. We just let you have it. So that's good that you guys were just sneaking around trying to get it.
Do you think that maybe, like, if you had tried to engage in the PvP versus Cubists, I didn't see a ton of PvP going back and forth.
We usually just naturally plan to not attack PvP wise a whole lot because nobody on the team is very excellent at it. I mean, we can do it, but if we're against one-on-one on most people, we're gonna lose unless if we have really nice cover or get really lucky. I really had a face-off. I think it was 3-2 at the cannons because he was just being annoying. But we also planned to use the cannon that they used on us, but we got the idea from somebody else who really asked us not to use it because they told us. So it was like a last-minute decision not to use it.
Which cannon?
The one that you used to flow the lava the whole way down.
Okay.
Interesting.
What cannon? Or who told you not to use it?
I'm not sure if he wants us to tell.
Oh, okay.
But
Right.
yeah, we usually just have a simple cut plan, but this time we really changed it up because instead of just digging a tunnel through the back of the mountain, we went through like the ruin section and set up our base there. It was something that we haven't done before, and we weren't sure how much the Cubists were expecting from us on where we would go, so we thought that might trip them a little bit. And we thought that they can't really cannon us a whole lot up in there because it's mostly stone. It gives us a pretty high position shooting wise, and it is a direct highway from end to end, and you get to go on the pipe, which is a lot better than trying to light up the down part. And instead of going up the ladder for third, it's a lot easier to just build a small little bridge with what both teams did.
Yeah.
And just go through.
Sure. I am kind of curious. There was a diagonal cannon fired at the mutually assured generosity section by the Cubists. But I couldn't really tell what the purpose of that cannon was.
Oh, it blew up a bed that they had at the mag station.
See, how did you know how to aim that?
Because we used that every single time and used a bed there, and we even said right before the match, don't put a bed there, but we did.
Everyone always puts a bed there just because it's a safe spot. Usually, I mean.
In the future, they'll think about that again.
Yeah.
Got a few other
Job on
good
that.
spots.
I didn't get a chance to see the bed before he blew it up, so
Rules 4.
very nice. I liked the TNT cannons, both of them that I saw. Lava seemed to be very effective at preventing forward progress.
You were
So-
kind of locked down on gridlock for quite a while, though, after Last died.
Yeah, we didn't expect Slash to die. That was the... Because usually what he does is, or during our practices, he blocked off everything, so he has no exposure the entire time.
Yeah.
But we rushed it a little bit just because we figured none of them were over there, and then Op came back with the power bow. Yeah, it was just... We were rushing even though we told ourselves we wouldn't rush.
Well, I gotta say, I think both teams played really well. It was a much longer match than I was expecting, and there was a bit of starvation, resources, I think, for both teams. But
Yeah,
very well
Really?
fought.
we were okay. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Cubists really was well in resources. We suicided to just get hunger back.
I mean,
pretty-
towards the end, I didn't see a lot of armor. Oh, okay, I guess 3 of you had armor. Never mind. Okay.
Actually, we tried to prevent what happened with our Modern Warfare match, and we said, okay, Jabane, you go get us tons of iron, and he went and got tons of iron,
yeah, I saw him in potpourri.
armor, and we definitely caught up quite a bit there. But just second wool, it's actually a lot easier to lock down than we ever thought.
Alright, well, hopefully in the future we'll see some teams figuring out how to take that on. Yeah, well, thanks to both of you for playing and coming in and chatting. Match.
Thanks for streaming, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for taking part. And we look forward to the next one in the series.